Well, hello. Yeah, is just switching over. It is 10:28 now, Levi. So yeah, 10:30. We're close enough now. I'll switch into the actual stream. So I've got a couple engines on the back here that I've just added, but otherwise things are as we left off in episode 12. Yeah, sometimes I need to do a little bit of prep work just before I go live here, making sure I've got power to everything. Because as you know, I like to run my uranium on the bare minimum, as you pointed out the other day. So yeah, I had a couple things, just moving some uranium around, placing a couple engines here, and I put a bigger hole in the side of the pirate ship so that I can access it easier. Otherwise, that's that. This is where we left off from episode 12, and we're continuing to build the torpedo boat, which I think we're going to call the Hammerhead, because it reminds me of the nose from the Hammerhead, the ship from Cowboy Bebop, the small fighter that Jet Black has with the tow hook on the back. So, the nose reminds me of that, so that's the name we're going to give her, is the Hammerhead. Plus, she shoots missiles out of her nose, and hopefully she'll hammer the hell out of other crap, or other ships, so yeah, hopefully it is a fitting name. Usually I'm at work at this time as well, so this will not be a regular stream date, but I got back late last night from Vegas, and again, I hope to be making a video about some high points, low points of my trip, and that should go online. I'm hoping to have that available in the next probably week and a half. These 2 weeks, so last week and this week coming up, there is a lot going on. So I may be missing the Thursday and Saturday stream this week as well. So I'm going to try to make up with that today. Okay. I think that's the roundness I want out of the nose. No, no, no. We will not call it the Snot Rocket. I can't do that to such a beautiful ship. Oh, that area is not going to be airtight, is it? Oh, this thing is going to be a pain to make airtight. I think my engine room is going to have to be... Yeah, my engine room will be devoid of atmosphere. That's how it'll have to be. Oh, it looks like Sir Darmok may be joining us, so excuse me a moment as I start up TeamSpeak and see if he's here as well.
Connected.
Hello.
Oh, hello there.
There we go, you are here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anyone to be on this early in the morning.
Well, usually I wouldn't be, but I got back late last night and I
Mm.
had the day booked off from work already, so I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
why would I go in?
Mm-hmm. So I'll only probably be around for half an hour right away. I gotta go do some work.
Ah, okay.
And then, actually, I'll probably be back at like 3 or so. I don't know if you'll be continuing your stream then, but...
Well, at 2 o'clock, I want to take off and do some grocery shopping, get some other stuff
Hmm.
done. But then I'll be coming back. So, however long it takes to do my chores around the house, and then I'll be back later this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to make up time since I missed 2 videos this last week, and then I may be missing my next 2 as well, as I've got a trip
Hmm.
planned to Vancouver now.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, so right back from Vegas and then off to Vancouver. Busy, busy lives we lead, isn't it?
I'll hop on the server in just a second. I have come up with an interesting ship design that I've been working on.
Uh,
Because I haven't been able to connect to the server.
yes, sorry, none
Um,
of my hotels I stayed at had Wi-Fi.
oh, really? Hmm.
So, I was
So you can,
planning
like,
on,
VNC in?
yeah, like I was planning on editing a video and have my little trip highlights video already online by
Hmm.
the time I got back, and I wanted to be able to remote in and restart the server
Yeah.
for you, but it just wasn't happening. So now we're back and everything's hunky dory, and Levi is asking if you have yourself a YouTube channel yet.
Oh, I do? Technically not yet. I'm working on some stuff, though.
You hear that, Levi? It is in progress. And then you're planning on doing programming tutorials and stuff like that, is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna see if I can find the ship that I'm basing this off of. This.
Let's see, is the Steam overlay showing up today? No, it is not. So I'll have to
Awesome.
paste any links you send me into the YouTube chat.
And
I'll get that
daily.
done. Okay.
Console cursor? Nope. I swear I had it like 2 days ago.
Isn't that the way it goes? Hmm. Whoa, sounds like something crazy's going on behind you through your mic.
Oh, construction machines.
Nice.
That's the problem with living in a developing subdivision thing.
Oh,
Just
dude, I live
random trucks
right
just
on the
driving by.
highway below Roslyn. I have
Oh,
all
yeah.
sorts of stuff coming by here at all hours of the day.
This is not a hammerhead. There we go. I have found it.
Oh, I have missed the clickiness of your keyboard.
Yeah. Apparently, when I started up TeamSpeak this morning, my microphone voice activation was at the lowest possible.
So you're just
On my
broadcasting
computer.
absolutely everything this morning?
Oh yeah, it sounded like a jet engine.
Nice.
I'll send it over via Steam.
Okay, and then I'll take a
Not to
look at
figure
that
out.
shortly here. I have to figure out how to allow the Steam view and the Steam
Oh, the
overlay
overlay.
reliably. Yeah.
You might have to add a separate like stream overlay thing. I don't know. Hmm. Oh, that's weird. None of the medical rooms are showing up.
Oh, that would be a nice ship to build.
I
So,
really like the hammerhead look on them.
For the benefit of those not able to see what Darmok has just sent me,
And this is
we'll
the other one that I'm
copy
basing it off of.
and
Actually, the one that I sent you first was the successor to the Hammerhead.
okay. Yes, I've seen that one before. So, those links just hitting the YouTube chat are what Sir Darmok is basing his next builds off of. That's gonna be nice.
I really like the look of the hammer front thing, the wedge. I don't really know what that even is, but oh, there's my base. All the
Oh, I'm gonna need your math later.
okay.
Probably later this afternoon, once I have this further finished.
Oh, you got it. There's an Argentavis nearby you, I think.
Argentavis, raid in progress, 4.9 kilometers away.
I could bring over one of my Argentavi and go take it out.
How many do you have now?
Two.
Oh, man.
I don't even know. Well, oh, so I figured out their back section. No weapons on it whatsoever.
So you can come straight in from the tail kind of
Fly.
deal?
Yeah, if you shoot by pretty fast and then fly up right in between the engines in the back, you're golden. And you hide right by the beacon, and then just kind of snake your way along the side of the ship. You can get in right under one of the thrusters, and you don't even have to worry about the ship-to-ship weapons in it. So I'm thinking I might just disassemble that one for parts, and because I really doubt I need 3 combat ships.
Oh, you always need more combat ships.
Yeah. And now I don't want to turn on my reactors because that Argentavis will probably come towards me.
It's just sitting out there. At least currently.
Is it not doing anything at all, or
No, just sitting.
how long has it been there?
I don't know, you noticed it before I did.
Oh, really? Hmm. Well, I'm gonna spawn over at your base and see if it's like offline or something.
Well, it should be online, like it's got all of its beacons on and that.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, that's weird that it's just not doing anything. Because you have reactors on at your base, right?
Just a few, yeah.
Because whenever I turn on any reactors whatsoever at my base, it comes towards me.
Well, it may be because we have the drones off currently.
It's just
It
doesn't know what to do.
it's well, it's spawned out there, and then it would be building drones if we had drones currently on, and it would be sending those to attack us.
Oh, right.
But
Yeah.
because we do not currently have drones turned on, because we were getting absolutely raped by them, it currently doesn't know what to
But
do with itself.
yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, later on, I'd like to have you do some math for me to tell me if I've got enough thrust to
Okay.
enter an
That
atmosphere.
should be fairly simple.
Or leave an atmosphere, I guess.
Oh, to leave.
Yeah. Entering an
Uh,
atmosphere is easy. You just get caught in its gravitational pull, and of course, there, down you go.
well, safely landing is the hard part.
Yes, safely landing's the hard part. Landing, not so much.
Did you see the parachute mod on the workshop?
Yes, I did.
That looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool to have you have a big ship. It'll just barely go into atmosphere and you can drop like mobile bases.
Yep, that'd be sweet.
I think actually the Empire does something like that in Star Wars. Yeah, modular garrisons.
Hmm.
Let's see. That's a vehicle.
Okay. Let's finish up this belly.
Oh, come on. Does it still show that I'm on the server?
Yes, it is still showing you on the server.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not even seeing the server.
Oh, well, that's always fun.
Okay, let's see if this made any difference. There we go. No, error. The user is already joined. Oh, there we go.
Okay. I think I have all the thrusters I need. I just need to complete the body now. Well, complete this interior stuff first, I guess.
Hmm. Oh, hang on a second. I think that. Oh, just 1 second. Oh, no. Just another large car. At some point today, there'll be a UPS will be delivering me stuff. So
Oh,
I thought it was
nice.
them, but it was another ridiculously large truck.
What you getting from UPS today?
Oh, actually, this is kind of a funny story. So, oh, well, funny kind of from a tech standpoint. But so, a neighbor of mine got rid of a bunch of somewhat old computers as well as a monitor and two,
Mm-hmm.
and the one monitor, it kept like opening the menu and closing it. So there's something weird inside of it. Actually, this is one of the videos I made about trying to diagnose the problem on this thing.
Okay.
It So what I ended up like basically a short version of the 5 or 6 minute video of me trying to fix it. What I figured out is the actual the board that's near the front of the of a display that does like the menu button, the things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like menu button, the function buttons and stuff? I don't know. I'm just reading off of what my monitor has, and then the power button.
Mm-hmm.
There was something screwy with that board, and when I unplugged it, the monitor worked perfectly.
Oh, so you just had a board with a cross or something in it.
I looked all like I have no idea what's wrong with it. I did a lot of testing on it. There's seemingly nothing wrong with it. All the buttons were still working, and there's something just screwy going on.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, I got a free monitor, so I'm getting the arm to put it above my second monitor.
Ah, that's what I should start looking for, is some mounting options. And then I can run another monitor here. Okay. So we need to grab my welder group to turn on and off. And Levi's asking how Vegas was. Short story, it had its good, it had its bad.
Hmm.
We usually like the slower, smaller, older strip, Fremont
Mm-hmm.
there, just because it's like less hectic with people. This year, Fremont was weird though.
How so?
Well, usually on Fremont Street, there's your kind of typical street performers, and they come out and they're either costumed up as pop references or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, and they've spent some time and money to get themselves set up like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this year, instead of being like cool pop references, so like a couple years ago when I was down there, there's a guy done up as the Predator. Okay, and then there's
Oh,
a
cool.
couple Batmans and stuff like that. This year, the running theme was show as much skin as possible.
Oh, yeah.
So you
I
get
was
like,
gonna say Donald Trump, but
no, you get
that
like
would be funny, actually.
52-year-old men in
Oh dear.
yellow zebra print banana hammocks with suspenders.
Oh
And that
God.
is all they are wearing.
Oh dear. Why? Why?
Because
Do
Las
they want to make
Vegas.
people not come back?
Well, they're just going for like the sheer shock value.
Yeah. Well, but why? This.
Yeah, I don't get it myself, but that was the running theme of the majority of the street performers.
That's really weird. Why
Like,
would?
yeah, like there was some really awesome guys. Like there's two guys playing I believe they're electric cellos. They're just a
Cool.
four-stringed board, and they were absolutely fantastic. So I actually got
Hmm.
their permission to feature them in my little YouTube video I'll be doing about my trip to Vegas, and I'll be setting up. I'll be adding a link to their Facebook page because that's how
Oh,
they're
cool.
advertising right now. They just call themselves the Bridge, and what
Hmm.
they do is other people's music, but as a dueling dueling cello type
Oh,
group.
cool.
Yeah, and they were getting right into it. I got a short video of about 90% of one of the songs they did for us.
Nice.
So that was really cool. And then I've got like the videos of the startup parade of the monster trucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then a couple of the runs, but I didn't want to give away too much. The monster trucks will be airing on TV in mid-April, so whoever's wanting to catch the whole
Hmm.
show, watch out. I believe it's on the Fox Sports Network that they will be airing the entire Las Vegas World Finales of the Monster Jam. Yeah. But yeah, I got a couple videos. The Canadian guy, Northern Nightmare, got
Hmm.
absolutely robbed on his points.
Really
Oh, the judges this year went like super technical.
interesting.
So it didn't matter what you pulled off. Like this guy did a first time in the history of Monster Jam move he pulled off.
Hmm.
Nobody else has ever done it. And the David? No, not David. Daniel. Anyway, the older original driver of Gravedigger,
Hmm.
who was currently leading in points at that time, was like, "Yeah, I didn't know the judges were judging this way, and this guy got absolutely robbed because what do you have to do to get a good score from them?"
Mm.
But yeah, that video will be part of my highlights. He did a spinning backflip, so that was pretty phenomenal. And then you'll hear my cheering. I am not quiet at my motorsporting events. Not in the least. Oh, Levi just came across a deal. We'll have to look out for that. Levi, tell us what system that was on. Apparently he found a 3-disc set of the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Revolution, 3, and Black Flag all in a set.
Hmm.
So we'll have to take a look for those. Or somebody else will have to take a look for those because it does no good for me on PC gaming. Well,
Wait. What platform?
that's what I've asked. So If you can let us know what platform you found that for, Levi, then people can keep their eyes out for that.
What was it? Some sort of deal for
Well,
it, or?
yeah, 14.99 in the discount box.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal at all, eh?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Actually, what was it? Yesterday I got two pretty nice tubes for a tube amplifier I'm building. I don't know if I've talked to you about that.
No, you haven't talked to me about your tube
Oh,
amplifier.
so they're usually $150 tubes, but this guy's getting rid of them for $12. And apparently they still work.
Nice. Yeah, I foolishly ripped apart all the guts from my tube radio,
Oh, yeah.
and it is now non-functional. And
Mhm.
I got myself this nice old radio cabinet, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just fill it full of digital guts, because that's what I'm into. And
Yeah.
now I regret it, and I haven't had time to actually fiddle with it at all, so it's one of those someday projects that'll probably never be now.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
Okay, how much closer do I need to get? A little closer. Let's line up. There we go. Perfect. For the Xbox 360, he found that.
Hmm. Well, I don't own an Xbox 360. Huh. I wonder if they have that same bundle for other platforms.
Actually, I think I know where you could get yourself an Xbox 360 if you really wanted to.
Well, I have a one. I don't know if it's if the Assassin's Creed games have the forward compatibility like some do.
I do not think so. Man, what am I missing for components that I cannot build that stuff? Well, first off, I guess I should go grab oxygen, because I have none. Oh,
Hmm.
damn.
Yeah, oxygen is usually a helpful quantity.
Yeah. Yes, 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 I know low health.
Hmm.
Oh, there we go. That's a save at 26% health. Okay, there we go. Oh, Levi. I remember how I was saying that sometimes there's just that little bit of prep work you have to do before actually starting a stream? Well, to let you in on that, one of the pieces of prep work I had to do was find the torpedo boat. Since it has no functioning thrusters on it, it was drifting 80 kilometers away from my base.
Ooh, I wonder how that happened.
Because it has no thrusters, and I got bumped one time when I was welding.
Oh,
So I
how'd you?
had
Hmm.
my miner attached to it to provide counter thrust, to
Hmm.
just let it sit there and hold it. But it's a little outmassed,
Hmm.
just by like 20 times or something. And then the other fun part is apparently my miner ran out of uranium as well. So both
Oh, wow.
things were drifting powerless out 80k away from base. So I had to go recover those.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really weird. Anytime. Okay, so if I turn on my reactor on one of my ships, I can guarantee that that Argentavis will fly towards me.
Hmm.
I don't.
And how far is it
But
away from you?
40 kilometers. But you have reactors online there, and
Yeah.
it's not attacking.
Well, it should
Because
only
when I
come
get them,
within a certain space, though.
oh, when I
You,
get them coming towards me, they just fly right at me and start attacking with their machine guns and stuff.
Maybe it's because you are on a direct route for them, and
Hmm.
you're on top of an asteroid, versus me, I'm
Yeah.
inside the bounding box of an asteroid. All my ships are inside the bounding
Okay.
box, so the AI won't let it fly close enough to the asteroid. Whereas you
Oh.
are on top and could be near the outside of the bounding box of the asteroid, which may be why they are more likely to attack yourself.
Yeah. The benefit is that I really don't have to worry about attacks with my firepower, but and I get free ships,
Hmm. Free
which is
resources.
always
Why
nice.
mine when we can
Yeah,
grind
Steel
away
Argentavis.
these silly, silly vessels? Oh, and I just detached a gyro. And that reminds me, I have to put gyros on the hammerhead.
Hmm.
So that's the name of the torpedo boat as of right
Okay.
now, is the hammerhead. I find the nose of it looks familiar or similar to a anime ship from Cowboy Bebop with the same
Hmm.
name. Okay, before you lag and drop through something. Oh, actually, that's something that I'm very excited to hear in the last announcement, or the last update announcement. All blocks are currently running their new netcode code.
Oh, sweet.
So there's still some other back-end stuff to do, but all the blocks are set up for the new netcode.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Sounds like they're
and
getting
Levi
fairly
got
close
himself a
to.
bunny.
Oh, sweet.
A bunny bunny or a chocolate one, because I've seen a lot of those around.
Who knows? Could be both.
Hmm.
You have like a chocolate living bunny. That would be cool.
That would be terrifying.
You'd have to keep it in like a really cold place, otherwise your pet would melt.
You go to pet it, and it just starts like melting off in your hands. Oh,
That sounds like a nightmare. Well, I'm gonna be taking off for now. I'll be back in a couple of hours once I've finished work and doing my driving test.
driving
Yay.
test.
Yeah, for my L.
Oh, you're just getting your learners. Well, congrats and good lucks, and
Yeah, it's
hope to
really
hear
fun.
some good news from you in the afternoon here. The
Yeah,
learner's
I don't
computer test
don't
is
know when I'll be back.
fairly simple.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna mute myself so I don't have to leave TeamSpeak.
Okay, well, we'll hear from you later. I'll probably be on
Yep.
for the next 2 hours or so, and then
Okay.
I'll be taking off to do chores, and then I'll be back later this afternoon.
Alright, see you later.
See you later. Let's just alt tab out and see how things are going over here. Okay, Sir Darmok is already muted. Ooh, 4 to 5 pounds is the max size it's gonna grow. Nice little small rabbit. Keeps it a little bit more manageable that way, eh? Nice. Okay. Yes, I want to go see over here on the torpedo boat which parts I'm missing and why it wasn't welding here. Didn't even start welding a lot of these. It was probably working on quite a few blocks at once, and that's the issue. Okay. Or it wasn't working on anything. because I do not see any completed blocks here. And when I come up here, yes, the welders, oh, which are still on. Let's be careful around those. So welders will take to the off position. They do not seem to be transferring any inventory. Is there something damaged in their way? Or what's going on here? Ah, let's make this ship as simple as we possibly can. There we go. Grinding, 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 grinding. See, now you gotta go back to Friends and get the tune from Happy Kitty, I think was the song the one person sang. Sorry, just adjusting my mic here. And make your own bunny song for it. Happy bunny, small bunny, little ball of fur bunny. Something like that. Kissy bunny, happy bunny. Hop, hop, hop. Some crap, I don't know. Okay, where is this connected back to everything here? Ah, so it runs straight back there. Okay, so I can take all of that apart. Okay. Power efficiency modules. Don't need any of those. I'm not a huge fan of power efficiency. At least not in this game. I go through and I'm just like, here, eat uranium and do stuff for me. Okay. Where is our... There's our hammerhead. Okay. So I do believe the jump drive is an airtight block. I'm pretty sure of that. So in that case, I'll use that as my main engine bay area. Get ourselves some timers in and behind here. Okay, we'll wait on those couple, because then we can build up that portion of the ship first. Actually, something we may want to look at. Oh, well, that's a bit of an annoying... Wait, what's this? Requesting backup, hostiles detected, something moving within a kilometer of me. What is that ship? Is it getting closer? It is getting closer to. I think it should pass by. But how close is it going to pass by? Is that another Argentavis? That is not an Argentavis. Okay, what are you? You're passing by a little bit too close for comfort, so I'm gonna go hide in my armored ship. Actually, we're just gonna offload all of our good stuff. take that. Take some of those. And we are going to grab character weapons. Okay. Yeah, you're coming way too close. Military mine layer? Okay, so the mine layer may be able to come up from straight behind. Can't remember whether this works or not. Okay. But basically, it's full of mines right in its back, hence the name Mine Layer. Yeah, it killed me. Well, right now my mine layer, or my miner, I should say, sorry, does not have enough armor to take on something like a mine layer. Where did that mine layer go? Okay, apparently it's gone. I'm okay with that. Completely okay with that. Okay, we'll drop off all those tools. We'll grab my good ones. And we're gonna continue grinding. Yay! I know this is a slow, boring part of the process, but it is an important part of the process. Okay. Let's see, where are the welders? Are on this other side. Welders, so what I want to do is slowly start getting rid of this belly portion. Because if I can get rid of this, then I can weld even further along. Ooh. Apparently that area was pressurized. Area shouldn't have been pressurized. Nope. Okay. There we go. Yes, the assemblers are refined. Have it? Oh, it's got the what's it called now? The other things. Arc furnaces, I'm sure. It's got something that lets it take care of steel plate anyway. Okay. Looking for... There's the welding rig. Then we can come back here and continue grinding away. Yeah, I know the grinding bit isn't the most exciting, sorry about that, Levi, but I do have to get resources somehow. And it's either this or flying through space aimlessly, looking for the minerals that I don't have marked out yet, namely stuff like silver and platinum. Or I guess I do have some platinum marked out, but I'd prefer to disassemble this ship and reuse it for resources than to go do the whole long mining process right at this point in time.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. Okay. So we've got the large cargo container there. Let's go through, grab all the resources we can. Okay. Should be enough. Do I own this assembler yet? Yes, I do. Do I own this assembler? Yes, I do. That means that should all work fine. Hmm. I do not know why it was not welding for me, but we'll go back and we'll try welding some more here. Now that we got a little bit more area to work with while welding. Okay, and then I believe if I come straight out, there we go. Can rotate this away. What? I thought... Apparently I thought wrong. Oh, I had to pitch up over here. Whoa, that is closer than I expected. Okay, we'll turn those welders back on. Nice and low, and we're just gonna let them work on stuff right there. Perfect. So we will weld this away. And I'll drink my raspberry thriller tea. Well, that was the other thing on Fremont. There was a lot of people dressed up like Michael Jackson. But at least they were doing something and not just trying to say, hey, look at how naked I can be in public. Yeah, all those banana hammocks on the strip were a little bit much for me. Okay, this is welding much better now. There we go. Look at that. Welding, welding, welding. There we go. That is the nose of our ship. Now we'll get down here. See how far forward we can take this. Right there. And from there, we're gonna just move straight sideways. And then we'll start moving backwards. Perfect. Oh, let's not Alt-Tab. That's the problem with using Alt as your look key. Then you try to turn off your HUD and all of a sudden you're losing everything as you Alt-Tab out of the game. Okay. If we can't get over just that little bit more. There we go. Get those other sections welded up. Perfect. There we are. And we were able to get that all welded. Nice. Okay, so now what we'll do...
Low.
What? Ship fuel low? How the hell is it low? Oh. What? Why is... Like, I was traveling straight off there. Why am, when I'm turning... It... Yeah, there's some weird handling characteristics now. I believe we've talked about those in a couple videos now. Okay. Well, let's get down in here and weld up as much of this as we can. There we go. Perfect. Right there. Okay, that's still working on something a little over there. There we go. Move forward into the reactors and the jump drive. Okay, what resource have I run out of? Let's go take a look. What resource are we out of? Get rid of a couple windows here while we're at it. Metal grid and superconductors. Metal grid and metal grid, I bet. And metal grid, yes. Okay. That probably runs into that too, yes. Okay, we need more metal grid. Which means we need more iron, I believe. Let's take a look here. Come down to our production facility. And we have lots and lots and lots of nickel. Yes, we got plenty of nickel. We need iron. So we'll move that iron grid up to the front. Okay, there we go. And then we'll get our little miner here and grab some of that tasty, tasty iron. That's the nice thing with iron is it can be found in pretty much any asteroid. Point your nose at an asteroid, you found iron. Okay. And I don't think I've ever... Oh, I did set those up in a group, so we'll do that toggle block on off. There we go. We'll get over here so we can get some iron and some ice. All at the same... Actually, we're just gonna angle like that. Only half a shift left. What are you working at? Okay. Get ourselves some iron. we're gonna fill right up with as much iron as we can carry here. Because we're gonna need a few iron components before this ship is done. Is it just me, or do the drills seem to be functioning a little faster than they did? They're drilling right in, they aren't hitting a point and stopping. They're almost functioning like they used to. Yes, the drills are functioning better than they were just a couple days ago. At least it seems that way anyway. Okay, heading in. There we go. And we'll move over some. Okay. 90,000, 40,000. Okay, why are those small cargo containers not filling up? I'm sure I've got an oxygen generator on here too. Do I not? There we go, oxygen generator. Okay. There we go. Haha, typo, okay. Well, ever since I've started playing, which was quite a while ago, more than 1,000 hours ago, it seems that almost every asteroid, 99.9% of the asteroids, have iron in them somewhere. So, it's been quite a while now. Okay. Collecting a bunch of iron. This has been a very well functioning small large ship miner. So we're gonna need to give this thing a name. So if you want to start thinking about that there, Levi, you shall have the honor of naming the mining vessel. So if you can get our mining vessel a name, then I can do a short write-up about it and get the miner on the workshop as our, what should we call it, or how should we describe it? A low-cost production large ship miner, small large ship miner. Probably the most compact large ship I've ever done. It's got 0 armor on it, just the functional blocks we need for mining. Well, and staying alive with oxygen. So, any thoughts, Levi, for the name of our miner? I'm leaving this one completely up to you, buddy. I guess this is why not many people stream Space Engineers. Lots of boring parts like this where it's just resource collection. Okay, that should be a fair chunk of iron. Yeah, that's a good chunk of iron. Okay. There we are. And connected. Our refineries are working on that iron like crazy. And then that should be disappearing directly into... There we go. And then we need 1,200 cobalt. The woodpecker. Woodpecker miner. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Hello, Lucas. Could you please expand on that, asking how I play? Are you just talking about the game in general, like what the point of it is, or what the system requirements are, or could you please just expand on that a little bit for me when you're asking how do you play? Okay. Get those welders put back on here. And we'll move them over right about here. And we can start on those large hydrogen tanks. Okay, and then Levi, when I upload the woodpecker miner to the Steam Workshop, would you mind if I included your name in there with credits to naming the vessel? Just let me know yay or nay. Do you mind if I put your name on it? Okay, let's try to get right in there and weld up that bit right there. Perfect. This is not the best welding rig that you can use in this game for sure. But when the universe says, hey, here having a pirate ship, use it however you can. Oh, I'm a jackass. Okay, so I'm gonna jump out of there. Gonna go grab our miner, because now we have to go grab the ship again. Because I bumped it, and I've not powered it yet. Okay. This is getting tedious. Okay. So we want to come down, come down, come down, come down. And locked. There we go. Ooh, just as she hit the asteroid. We'll have to see how much damage that did. We're gonna move her away. Oh, that looks like almost no damage. Nice. Hello, Lucas? You still there? If you could please again elaborate on your question. How do you play? If you're just speaking about the game in general, it is a very open world sandbox game. So right now we are on this asteroid, and then there are also multiple planets out there that we can explore. The point of the game is basically to build yourself ships progressing in size or complexity or usefulness. So you start out with something like a mining vessel, and then you can go around, and over here we've got this ore or this brown section here, which is an iron ore. We've got over here our ice. This nice shiny blue is our ice, and go through mine a bunch of different resources. And then with those resources, you refine them down, and from there you can start building uh, refineries, assemblers to produce different components with them, and then engines, wheels, turbines to actually let your vehicles move through space and through atmosphere. So, very, very fun, but can be complex game. Okay, let's get back in there with the welder. Okay, thank you there, Levi. I will, when I put that on the Steam Workshop, I'll get your name in there as the person coming up with the name of the vessel. I like to give credit where credit is due, as long as the person doesn't mind having their name forever on the vast interwebs. Okay, finish up these body panels here. Oh, alright, there are also engines there, which will need more iron grid, or steel grid. Well, a lot of people bump with a lot more force than I do. And, yeah, it's not... I like to take things very slow and gently, if you haven't noticed that. Lucas, as for getting this game, let me send you a link. So I will be right back here. So there is the link, Lucas. And it is well worth the $20 or so. And every once in a while it does come on sale down to about $17, something like that. Okay. Very, very large game as far as scope is concerned. Like, we've got asteroids, okay? Just for example, there's 15, 20, 53 kilometers away. You can see all those different blue names at the top of my screen right now. All of those are just asteroids in my immediate vicinity that I have marked out to mine. Okay, there's actually a crash site which I found a little earlier before I started the stream at about 53 kilometers away, and that looks like it's on the planet. So we can't go quite explore that yet, but as soon as we got a planet landing vessel, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so that there, 50 some kilometers away, fair distance, you say. Okay, well, then we look at a planet like that over there, which is now 6, 7, 800 kilometers away, and it can take a little bit of time to reach that. And then the planet, I believe that one there is about 85 kilometers in diameter. And once we land on a planet, which I do plan on doing here in probably about 2-3 weeks' time, once I have a vessel capable of it, then you'll see just what kind of scope is actually involved. Like the planets, you say, oh, it's 80 kilometers. Well, you can drive 80 kilometers in under an hour, but that's diameter. Then the actual surface area on that, that is massive. Ah, okay, Lucas. Thank you, Levi, for your encouragement there and your endorsement. I'm sure if Lucas or the Rainmaker there enjoys the videos, he'll gladly subscribe. But maybe we should give him a little bit more time to get a taste. Space Engineers, again, there's not a lot of people streaming it because it's not the fastest paced game you can play, really. Like other FPS games, RPGs, like you get a very quick progression. Okay, and then on Space Engineers, it's build one ship, use that ship to get what you need, build a larger ship, build defenses, build this, build. It's a very slow, non-linear progression. So right now I've got a miner, I've got this captured pirate ship, and I'm building my military vessel right now. I could have gone and built supply ships or a space station first or a fleet of mining vessels so if I damage one. Like it's a very non-linear approach, so please sit with us for a bit. Enjoy the stream. I hope you're enjoying the stream and see what the game can be. But yeah, it's not for everybody. I highly recommend it. I've got more than 1,000 hours in this game already. I've been with it for a couple years now. But finally decided, hey, let's share the joy on YouTube. And yeah, if you like it, I highly suggest purchasing the game. The guys over at Keen Software House, they're keeping it updated, a new update with patches and fixes and new components every Thursday. So it's always changing. And then yeah, like it's constantly evolving game and it's been absolutely great. As for how to capture a pirate ship, first off, guns. Lots and lots and lots of guns, or few guns and very precise shooting. They are armed fairly heavily. So you'll see out there. So that red stuff 5 kilometers away, that's another pirate ship just sitting there. And if I get too close within about a kilometer, they will start shooting at me. Okay. The other thing, Lucas, or yourself, Levi, or Lucas, do you prefer if I'm calling you Lucas or the Rainmaker? Just let me know in the chat there. If either of you do have the opportunity to pick up the game, then in the description of the videos, ooh, I'm bumping something again, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, so in the description of the videos is a link to our server. So the server we're playing on, me and Darmok. So Darmok's left us right now, but he will be back on later. Okay, Rainmaker. Okay, so Rainmaker, Darmok will be back on later this afternoon with us after I've taken off for a bit of a break here around 1:32 ish. He should be on around 3 or 4. And you get a few people together. Me and Darmok are on an open server, and the link to the server information is in the description. So if you do decide to pick up Space Engineers, jump on the server with us. Like, it's a large spot. We can set up a rendezvous to meet each other, or you can sit out there by yourself. Hide away, come in, attack us, give us something to defend against. Like, it's a big open universe with no rules. Play however you want. And that's why I've been drawn to this game. And then please also let me know in... Ooh, I bumped that one a bit hard. Please let me know in the chat if my audio or if the video is having any weird anomalies. If there's stuttering, if there's some lag issues happening, and then I can try to adjust it. It's the YouTube streaming here is fairly new to me, and I am using open source free software to do it. So there is quite a bit of tweaking and modifying I have to do to get it sitting nice and stable. So please let me know if you're finding any issues. Oh, if you love spaceships, great game to have. Like, if you find this game on sale, pick it up. It's a no-brainer. If you're just a big fan of outer space, space simulation, sci-fi, it's well worth the 20-some dollars. I cannot recommend this game enough. Watch a few more videos. There's some great guys out there, so watch some of the stuff by the XP gamers, Last Stand Gamers, Sage, that's S-A-G-E, Sleep, Art, Game, Eat. There's a bunch of channels out there doing pre-recorded videos and doing highlights of ships people have made. It's really a great game. There's lots of people putting out content for it. So check out some of their videos. The Last Stand Gamers, Aaron there. I really like his stuff. And then again, the XP Gamers. There's one guy. What's his name now? Raverick, I believe. What's it? Ravoric, something like that, Revoric. And he does very few videos, but when he does, it's absolutely fantastic. He does like small artsy cinegraphic, is that the right word? Anyway, he does like short movies of it, like Machinima in Space Engineers. And his stuff is fantastic. So definitely check out some of his work, and that'll give you a good taste of what some guys can do in Space Engineers here. I've still got about 53% oxygen. I should be fine for a while since I'm sitting in a cockpit and I'm not running around or flying around. I'm not in dire need of it right away. The game does tell you when you're running really low on something. Sometimes that's a bit too late though. It lets you know at like 15%. Ooh. Not good, not good, not good. Okay. I'm watching the chat too much and not paying attention to my spaceships as I go around and break things. Okay, all my welders are okay. Okay, okay, okay. And I'm just missing... Am I missing a block there or no? Yes, I'm missing 2 blocks there. So now I need to get one of these. I need armor plates. So once you've collected a spaceship, it is attacked or somehow acquired an enemy vessel. Go through, grind off whatever you need instead of mining. Sometimes it's the faster way to do it. It's awesome. Okay, so the pirate ship here, this one we actually found it had run out of power. So this one here was sitting there dead in space. You come in, your ownership is, so if you make a block, you own it. So like right here, this block I do not own. If I grind it down, you can see that bar on the right going down. Once it's under the red and blue line, you've removed all the computers from the block. Now if I am to weld that back up, now that block's mine. And that's the mechanic they call hacking in this game. So what you do is either you can disable an enemy ship, take out their engines, take out their weapons, and board them. Or in the case of this vessel, we actually just found it laying around without power. And then you come in and you hack your assembling components. You hack the pilot seat so that you can actually control the ship. And if you go through, like right now, gyroscopes, I don't own any of them. There's a few parts of the ship that I do not control yet, but go through, grind it down to the point where it's under the red and blue lines. And there we go. And then bring it back up to functioning. So the red line is functioning, the blue line is control. So if you bring it under the blue line and back up, you then control it. If it's damaged under the red line, it will not function. So very simple mechanic, but it's worked out well. Really, Rainmaker, this is the first stream you've ever seen? Well, I'm sorry for you then, because my stream is not the best by any means, that's for sure. As for Space Engineers, there's not many people streaming it, at least not that I know of. So please, gladly stick around, but if you're into other games, there's a lot of people streaming the FPS type games and the more action-based games. Unfortunately, something that Levi has let me know of is that a lot of the streamers, especially on the YouTube gaming channel, I don't know how it is for Twitch, but on YouTube, a lot of the streamers are not paying attention to the observers. So yourself, for example, you leave a message, I'm going to try to get back to you. Like, that's the whole point of the chat system. Apparently some others are ignoring you, or ignoring the viewers, so at least around here, I'll try to catch you and respond. I may not always be able to, or may not always see it, so if I don't, just type in the chat again, and I will try to get to your comment. Well, the thing is with the recorded videos, you get, well edited, you can have storytelling there, like there's a lot of things you can do in a pre-edited video that in streaming, like, I tried to start off with a RPG storyline, and then I completely restarted the series after that, because it was just a mess. That was not working out for us at all. So we tried the pre-recorded storyline, that was a no-go, that didn't work for us, okay? Then, whereas with a recorded video, you can make a script. You can play to that script. Whereas for the streaming, nah, it's just not going to work. You can say, oh, let's paste in a vessel here and then we can deal with it later. But that's the extent of your storytelling. And then if I mess something up and I send this ship flying off into space, you're going to see every screw up I make. And some people aren't too fond of failure, which is a very big part of space engineers, actually. So they much prefer doing the pre-recorded videos. Sorry if I'm silent for a moment. I'm just trying to catch up on a few chat things I have missed here. As for making a video, what I'll do for pre-made videos or recorded stuff, Rainmaker, is I'll do like the ships we build on the Steam Workshop for Space Engineers. You can share your blueprints, your pre-built ships. So once I have a ship that I've pre-built and I want people to see, then oh, thank you for reminding me about my oxygen. So once I have a ship I've pre-built and I want people to see, then I will make a scripted video saying, okay, here's how to use it, here's the function of this ship, stuff like that. And then, like for the last week, I missed two of the streams I was supposed to be putting on. So on this channel, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time, I have a scheduled stream. Last week I missed it. I was away in Vegas. This weekend I'm probably going to miss it again because I'll be off in Vancouver. So when I'm away, I'm going to try to so like with my Vegas trip, I got a couple highlight videos. Here's what I did. Here's some things I saw, some photos and that I'll be editing together to make a nice little, hey guys, this is why I missed the video session. Or this is why I missed my stream. This is what I was doing. And make you all part of it. Otherwise, I prefer the streams. Myself, I'm a very stream of thought thinker. When I talk, I don't give myself much of a verbal filter, which sometimes ends up hurting me. But it's that's my personality and how I've always created content. So the live streaming really fit me. Now I'm going to try to read up on Levi's comment here. It's a little bit longer one, so please bear with me and the silence for just a moment. Yeah, the live streams are a lot easier for like, especially for myself, starting out on YouTube. Instead of having to, like, this is gonna sound bad, but to an extent, I can be lazy, and instead of having to go through and do the editing and the prep work and all that for a video, I can basically say, hey, look, I'm gonna be online in an hour, and I'm gonna be streaming a video, and then there's minimal work required with that. Whereas if I start making my own like other set videos, then it's okay, let's make a script. Let's make sure 4 people are available. Let's record this 5 different takes kind of deal. And right now I'm trying to avoid that. No, there's no pirates in the pirate ship's Rainmaker. So the AI of the ship is basically like an autopilot. That's it. There's no walking AI. So like if I come in here, I'll get on the ground. Right now there's no gravity here, so I can't just walk. So like there is my engineer. My little space guy. And if we come here, ooh, sorry, I alt tabbed again. So we'll get rid of that, come over here, and if I hit 9, should be able to facepalm. There we go. See? Nice little animation. So there are no other or there's no computer characters at this moment. The AI is basically the autopilot to the ships. So that Argentavis out there at 4.9 kilometers away is one of these pirate ships just waiting to wreck somebody's day. And it's just sitting out there in wait, ready to shoot at whatever comes closest to it. Okay, so we're gonna need metal grid. Okay. So what we're gonna do at this point is, what do we need to get these reactors online? Metal grid. So we just need some metal grid in that one. And in that one. And that one and that one. Okay. So. Ooh, and then I broke off an engine. Okay. Let's place that engine back there. Okay. Okay. That's smeared up. What I'm going to do here is so that the small mining vessel right there doesn't have to continue to be clamped here. We're going to put a couple thrusters on this ship and give it power so that it can stay in place all by itself. Okay, let's see. So so we are going to need to Actually, there's a mistake of mine that I could have edited out in a pre-made video. All my resources are on this ship right now, so I can come up here and I'm gonna grab a bunch of steel tubes, large steel tubes. Oh, I don't have any large steel tubes. Well then, we're gonna go back down to the base. Apparently I wasn't making as big a screw up as I thought there. Okay, so right now we are making steel plate and a lot of it. So let's make ourselves some steel tubes because I'm gonna need those. And we're gonna grab a bunch of metal plate. There we go. That should be enough to get that reactor running. And then steel tubes. Perfect. Yeah. There's the hammerhead. Oh, by the way, the torpedo boat here that we're building is called the Hammerhead Rainmaker, so when I say there's the Hammerhead or where the hell's the Hammerhead as I get turned around inside my asteroid, uh, that is what I'm referring to. Okay, so we are gonna grab some thrusters. Just these little guys here. And these are non-permanent fixtures, so we're just gonna slap them on. So we're gonna put side-to-side thrusters. Perfect. We need up and down thrusters, so we'll put down and up right there, and then we need forward and backward. So for now we can go forward and backwards. And then let's get this reactor built so that we can actually add power. Okay, reactor 1. Reactor 2. Get these reactors online. And then we'll be fueling them with uranium. Okay, actually, we are going to need to find ourselves some silver, so as soon as we have this ship in a way that it can remain stationary here, Rainmaker, we'll take the miner out and we'll go find ourselves some silver. 'Cause I don't... Actually, no, we also need cobalt, so we'll run over to that cobalt 52 kilometers away and we'll go do some cobalt mining. But first we need to get these thrusters functioning. Oh, the other thing. When you're flying around with your jetpack, do not run headlong into the side of your ship. You can kill yourself on impact, so just a small tip there. Okay, so we're gonna need more steel plate and more steel tubes. So let's grab those steel tubes that we were building. Tube, there we go. Large steel tube, large steel tube. We'll get all that tube in here, good. What, really? I'm out of tube already? Oh, I guess, yeah, it is a fission type reaction with uranium, so I guess we are running nuclear. What I wish they would add is, maybe not a overload causing damage thing, but what I would like is if they had a mechanic where if a reactor was damaged, it would explode and take, say, the 6 blocks around it. I think that would be a fun mechanic. So you can be like, oh, aim for the reactor because it's going to actually do damage instead of just shut down their ship. But still, shutting down their ship is a good thing. Yes, Levi, just keep rubbing that in there, buddy. Yeah, I have on occasion forgotten to include uranium, so forgot to include fuel in my vehicle, and then it goes drifting off into space. Okay, more construction. Let's just fill everything with construction components first. So, construction. Where are the tiny toolboxes? There we go. And then we'll go through and we'll fill them all with the needed thruster components afterwards. So that just needs thruster components, thruster components. Oh, a little more steel plate and thruster components, a little more steel plate and thruster components. So we need 20 steel plate and a bunch of thrusters. One, two, and where are thrusters? There we go. Yeah, if you run out of power, then everything's powerless. Your turrets, your engines, your turning, your life support. You're just kind of screwed. Oh, I need a bunch more steel plate. Okay, thrusters in, thrusters in. So those two are finished. More thrusters and more steel plate. Does this still need more steel? Nope. So we need 10, 14. We need 14 steel plates and thrusters. So we'll just grab the thrusters first and then finish off with that steel plate. Well, if maybe not the turret's rainmaker, but if the reactor were to blow, like for example, in this ship here that we're building, the reactors are set inboard at the rear here, and it's going to be a 8-pack of reactors. 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, all mirrored up. If these reactors were to go, it could take out this jump drive here, so I'd no longer have like warp travel. It would take out the hydrogen tanks, which are the fuel for my thrusters. Like, it would do a lot of damage other than just, oh, if this one reactor went, I've still got 7 more to provide power. It wouldn't be a big deal. But if this one reactor was hit with a missile and it blew up, then there goes a couple reactors and an engine and hydrogen. And I just think, like, it may not be the most fun, some people might say. They're like, oh, if I get one reactor shot, then everything's gone. But I think it would be a interesting mechanic to say shield your reactors or build them in smarter places, or for PvP, aim for a reactor. It would give that little bit more skill. Yes, the battery on the miner was a very good idea to keep it from taking off when I do run out of uranium. Okay. There we go, that's all the thruster components we need. Now we just need steel plate and to get power into those reactors. Okay, so steel plate. And these are just temporary thrusters here. Actually, it would probably be a good idea to make some permanent ion thrusters as well. So that's the other thing, Rainmaker, is you have to decide. Do I want this style thruster? So that's the blue ones up here, and they're ion. They're run purely off energy, which is great. You've got just, as long as you've got power, you've got thrust. Then you've got engines like these that I'm building back here, and those are hydrogen, and they'll burn orange. And they require you to mine ice, separate it into oxygen and hydrogen, and then you're burning that fuel. Yes, it's a bit more of a process, but they are cheaper to build. They take less minerals. And then the other bonus of them is they have a much higher acceleration. So there's a lot of balance into which power source do I use. And then on planets, there's another thruster yet, turbine. Uranium, I should have plenty of. So like right now I've got 300 uranium. So we'll take 50 of that and put it in the ship. So, oh, one more thing we're gonna need, and this is something. Okay, Levi, and don't you laugh. Darmok makes fun of me enough for this one. Gyroscopes. So, these beautiful steel balls right there. Those steel balls are gyroscopes. And those are what actually cause your ship to turn in this game. If you do not have that, you can go in a straight line, whatever direction you like, but you will not turn. And I constantly forget to implement those. So, we will not make that mistake this time. Okay. So here we'll put in... let's call it 20 there. And then what is the next one I can put stuff in? There we go. Oh. There we go. And then I want one of these blocks back there. And then same over here. Put in 10. And then we'll select only powered blocks. And we'll put in the other 10. There we go. So this ship now has power. And we will steal a... we'll steal one of these gyroscopes here. And we'll place it on the hammerhead. Oh, and there's another mistake. Grind things down too far, and then the leftover components that are not in your inventory go flying around. Okay, we'll place our temporary gyroscope right there. Now let's grab these floating components.
Inventory full.
Of course it is. The reason why I don't want to do the welder right now, Levi, is because if... oh, something's bouncing around in here. If I bump the hammerhead again, the small welder does not have enough mass to keep it from moving around anymore. So, if I leave it and just run back and forth with resources like this, I don't have to worry about bumping it. Now with it having its own thrust, I'm not so worried, and now I can continue to weld more. Okay, so we're gonna leave our good tools in here. We'll take some crappy... actually, no, we'll take our good tools. I would love to go down to that crash site, but right now it is on a moon. So the crash site is Where is it? Over there. So it's on that moon. And right now I do not have a ship that can go down to the moon. If I did have a ship that could go down to the moon and make it back off the moon and without killing itself, then I would gladly go. Okay. And are we still full of ores? We are still full of ores. Okay. We've got a bunch of iron on board, but we've got a few cargo containers empty, so we'll just leave it like this. And we're going to take off the landing leg. We no longer need that now that the hammerhead has its own thrusters. So there goes the landing leg. We will put those resources in the pirate ship, or what's left of the pirate ship now. And then let's go grab some resources. And you know what? Instead of going over to a pre-discovered asteroid, we're going to go somewhere we've never gone before and find out what it has. Okay. Moving slow. Now let's see. Where is an asteroid out there that we have not visited yet? Let's go over there. We'll go to that asteroid. Right there, off in the horizon. It's probably about 20-25 kilometers away. And we'll get our ship up to speed, and then let's just coast. No, the miner will not be able to lift off from the moon. The ion thrusters are great in space because your ship, you're only worried about moving mass. You don't have to actually lift weight. So any force against mass will have some sort of reaction. Whereas small force against weight, when you're dealing with gravity on a planet or a moon, not always will a small force be enough to push you off of that, or make a reaction to lift you from the moon. So I will need a ship with hydrogen thrusters to get down to the moon there. My oxygen should refill here because I've got it all set up to do so. I don't know why it's not. Is my oxygen generator turned off? Oxygen generator's on. Okay. Why? Oh, why? Okay, so we'll transfer the control to nobody. We'll transfer the control back to me because I own everything. Okay, it should be creating oxygen. Max required 330 kilowatts. And my reactor is currently putting out 15, can put out 15 megawatts. So why is my oxygen generator not working? Okay, oxygen generator has no ice in it. Okay, we need to find ourselves some ice, or else I'm going to die. So let's hope that this asteroid has ice. Otherwise, that one right there, yeah, there's my oxygen low warning. That one looks like it's got a blue dot on it, but we'll check here first. So we're coming in at 90 meters per second. Let's speed that up some. Our inertial dampeners will turn on, so that it'll straighten us up on that course. And it actually looks like we're coming up fairly quick here. So we're going to start slowing down. Yep, the old asteroid had it, but now we're already... Let's see, where is the group labeled New Home? We are already 20 kilometers away from the home base asteroid. So we'll see what's over here and hope and pray that we have ice. Otherwise, we'll just go to the next asteroid and the next asteroid, and if I run out of oxygen, I die and I lose this miner. Because I'm an idiot. Told you guys. Got all the fun mistakes and, like, my whole stream might as well be a blooper reel. The amount of mistakes I can make, and I'm... Oh! Yes! We got ice! Okay, I will not die today. Ooh, and silver. Silver is one of the resources I need. Okay, so there's the ice. Oops, slow down there. Do not run into the asteroid. Ice, 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 and we're gonna turn on those drills. Then we're gonna go to the third-person view. Now, something I gotta watch out with this design, which Levi has named the woodpecker for us. Thank you for the naming, Levi. Is that as the bottom drill reaches its maximum depth, I have to watch out I'm not crushing these lower reverse thrusters on the asteroid wall. So we're just gonna watch for that. Okay, there we go. We have ice, and on our ship we have ice finding facilities. So the ice is now in the oxygen generator. Perfect. And now my oxygen and my hydrogen are full. Yay! We didn't die. Oh, man. A comedy of errors this is, isn't it? Okay, so let's get ourselves some gold since it's right here. Oops, slow down, little ship. Don't crash into the asteroid wall. Okay, so we'll get ourselves some gold and some iron all at the same time. And then we will top up with silver, because right now I have no silver. Come on in. Come on. There we go. We should start mining any moment now. There we are. There we go. So we're gonna come down lower, and we're gonna adjust our attack angle here so that we can get all three drills working. There we are. That's a better attack angle. Well, the resources we need in this game are iron, nickel, cobalt, gold, silver, platinum, and uranium, and then ice. So, lots of stuff that you do need to get fully functional ships. The red stuff right beside us is actually iron. So if I turn on my ore detector, you'll see iron 10 meters away. We're actually right beside it. So we'll be collecting gold and iron right now. Actually, if we look at our drills, there's a bit of gold just came in, AU, and then iron's being built up as well. There we go. Iron, gold. And then the other thing is the resources you do collect do add to the weight of your vehicle. So now the reaction from my thrusters is going to be slower. If I tried to land on a planet or a moon now, I would sink like a rock because I'm got the belly of my ship full of rock. No, there is no titanium in the game, at least not as of yet. Everything's based on iron, cobalt, and nickel as the base metal. And then silver and platinum for specialty stuff like gravity generators and Then the ion thrusters use platinum as their main component. Oh, apparently I'm running into the asteroid with my tail there. Okay, have to watch out for that. Okay, we'll get another plunge of gold here, and then we're gonna go find that silver. Okay. And there we go. So let's come out. So we're gonna back up some. Okay, let's get that HUD out of the way. We're gonna back up some. And then the rock's right there behind us. So then we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna back up some. We're gonna go up, and then we're gonna back up all the way out. There we go. And drills can be turned off right now. And where was the silver? The silver looks like it might be on the surface out here. Silver, 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 where art thou, silver? There is the silver. Look at that, right on the surface. Nice. Right now, I do not have any gravity generators built, no. The pirate ship did come with one, but I've already removed it from the ship. The gravity generators are also used in the jump drive because you're warping the fabric of space to travel faster than light, so the jump drive uses gravity generators to warp the fabric of space. So I've used all those components in my jump drive right now. Okay, so we're gonna mine away at the silver. And the other thing we can do is go to the GPS, new from right here, and we've got a new silver, gold, and ice asteroid. I like to mark out my asteroid so then when I need a certain material, I can always go back and grab it. Okay, we're just about at our maximum plunge depth. There we go. Then we'll move over some. So right now, you two have only seen me building with the large ship blocks. There is also a smaller block size you can build with, being the small ships. And that's what I usually use for my fighters and grinding ships and welding ships. But right now I've been doing everything in large blocks because I've had the resources to do so. Hated Games! Hello, Hated Games, and how are you doing today? We've got another viewer. It's a popular day today. So in about an hour here, I'm gonna have to take off. I do have to go get groceries and, deal with the rest of life's fun stuff. I just came in late from Las Vegas yesterday after being away for 6 days and a 42-hour drive, I believe it was, there and back. Yes, we drove down because we are gluttons for punishment. But yeah, now I gotta go out and do some grocery shopping. So right now it is 12:26 for me. At 1:30 I will be taking off. But thank you all for watching so far. Everything you're seeing as for ships and that are built on this server by me without a blueprint. I'm not using anybody else's designs through this stream. So everything I'm building is a brand new original work. The other thing is that anything that survives more than three days or 3 streams will be also published to the Steam Workshop so that other people can use what I've used on this server here. And yes, I do live in Canada. Just seeing your question there, Rainmaker. I am in Trail, British Columbia, so just above the Washington border. And how are we doing for cargo space? Now we seem to be doing okay. How are we doing for silver? 52,000 kilograms. We're going to grab some more. We're going to fill right up with silver because I don't want to drive or fly another 20 kilometers out here. Are you thinking of purchasing the game then, Rainmaker? The issue with the woodpecker here is because it is a larger design, or using the large ship parts, it's a very small design actually, is that the thrusters, you will need to find a fair amount of platinum to make all the thrusters on this. But so far as a small large ship mining vessel goes, it's worked for us very, very well. Okay, let's start grinding down this way. And then we'll get ourselves a new attack angle to get right into that silver. Right there, actually. Let's go right there. On the Steam link, you don't see the, or you would have to be signed into Steam to purchase it. So you'd have to make a Steam account, and then what is the game right now as I alt-tab out for a moment? $27.99, and it should just say add to cart on that Steam page. Here I will add the link again to the chat. There we go. Okay. The other thing is if you do plan on joining us here on the server Rainmaker, again, you're very much welcome to, and all of the install directions for the online client we use to make our computers talk to each other is in the description in the video. So at the bottom of the video description it will say join the fun server info here, and we'll actually take you to the forum post where we have all the information on how to connect to our forum, and then once you have space engineers you can get online and play with us. And when I say us, we do have a other regular player who gets on the stream here with me and is usually on TeamSpeak with me, named Darmok. So we got Sir Darmok the Great as our other regular player, and he's usually accompanying me in these streams. But again, today, because it's not a regular scheduled stream, again, those scheduled streams being Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Pacific time, because it's not a regular stream today, he's unable to join us till later this afternoon. Well, what I would suggest is I've got no problem helping you out, but it is usually a good idea to try to start to make it on your own first. So I've got no problem helping you out and sending you some coordinates, and if you're running low on resources or needed help fending off a pirate or something like that, I don't mind coming to your rescue as long as you haven't provoked us in any means on the server. But otherwise, as for sharing a base, things like that, because I'm doing the stream, I wouldn't want to be giving away the locations of a new player. Ah, hated games. Well, that is something me and Darmok have been considering doing, is every once in a while, instead of jumping on our survival server here, we do just a creative game night where we have all the resources we need and well, actually you can build without resources in this game. So if you send us a link to a ship you would like us to attempt to build, we would love that. Have a challenge of trying to recreate something. But right now I've got about 3 designs that I wish to build uh, on the server anyway. But as for a creative night, go ahead, send us a link, and we'll try to replicate it to the best of our ability. Right now I'm just mining for the silver I'm needing, and we should be pretty much full here. Yet we're now filling up the drills. So that should be enough. Yep, that is enough. Okay. So we're going to go back to our main base now. Oh, there's a couple bad guys out there. So we got a business shipment. And, what, 2 pirates? Yeah, 2 pirates out there. One at 18k away and one at 4k away. Okay, where is New Home? New Home right there. So we'll make our slow flight back to the main base. No, what you start with is a small escape pod type recovery vessel. That ship is capable of landing on the moons. It will not land on a planet. It will land on a moon. So when you start, you are near 3 moons. The brown one is very rich in uranium, so you'll have no problem with fuel. But you will have a problem finding platinum, which would make the ion thrusters. If you land on the ice moon, you'll have lots of magnesium, so you'll have no problem building weapons. But you'll have a harder time getting off that ice moon. And then there's another one that is a kind of alien mixed atmosphere moon. And the hard part about it is it has no oxygen. So then you have to fight a little harder to breathe on that planet. And then from there, you can either choose to get on one of those moons, or you can say, nope, screw that, I'm going to stay in space and take off to an asteroid. I would love to go raid the business shipment, but it would shoot out my cockpit in like 4 seconds. And then we'd be missing a miner. We would have lost this whole load of resources. So right now, it is not the most prudent choice to go aggravating them. Well, hated games, the chat here is not persistent, so once we leave the stream, most of these comments will disappear. So if you're wanting us to build a ship design you have, uh, paste a or post a link to the images in one of our creative stream nights. So I believe right now there's creative streams part 1 and 2 uploaded on this channel. And just do a quick search for them or go to my other videos and you'll find them easy enough. And if you paste or post the links to your reference images on one of those videos, I will share that with Sir Darmok, and the next night we do a creative night stream. We will definitely give that a try. That right in front of us is actually a desert planet. So there's the desert planet right there in front of us, if that's what you're referencing, Rainmaker. And then another one of your... Looks like one of your comments was retracted, so... If that's something you didn't want us to miss, please repost it. Okay, we're gonna start slowing down here, and I have to get my video software back up. There we go. There we are, and we'll slowly come in here. Ah, okay. Well, hated games, if Rainmaker is actually talking about the starting moons, which there are 3 moons set up to start on. So where are they? So there's the ice one, very rich in magnesium. And then there is the mixed atmosphere one with no oxygen. And somewhere around us, oh, right up there. There is the desert moon, very rich in uranium. Each of them have their ups and downs. That uranium moon has no ice on it, so you cannot make hydrogen thrusters to escape the atmosphere. So you do have to rely on some sort of either launch mechanism or a lot of ion thrusters. But what it does have is tons and tons of uranium, and then also a very thin oxygen atmosphere. So you can compress its atmosphere with a ventilation system, and you can breathe that through your suit. Whereas the 2 other moons, you have to mine ice. The brown moon with lots of uranium, you do not need to mine ice since you can compress the atmosphere. And it has no ice on it, so you're kind of screwed that way anyway. Okay, well, as long as you send us the link there, Hated Games, with whatever reference material you have, we can, as long as it doesn't have too many curves. The the real strength of space engineers is angles. So we can replicate a few curves, but only to a extent. So as long as it's something that we do feel with our experience is buildable in space engineers, we will give it a good try. Okay, we're gonna take out this block because I'm gonna end up running into it at some time. So we'll take out this little chunk of asteroid here. I don't have to worry about running into it with spaceships, because that can do plenty of damage. There we go. Don't have to worry about that anymore. And then we'll come down, 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 and backwards. And we're going to line up our connector and offload our beautiful load of ores. Oh, gotta move sideways some. There we go, and locked on. Okay, we'll go through inventory, and storage, and cargo. Perfect. And then we're going to offload anything that's white. So these brown titles here mean it is a connected but not attached vessel. So right now we're connected to the space station. If the title is white, so like drill here, that means it's actually connected to the ship. So anything that's connected to the ship, we'll start offloading. Okay, those containers seem to be full or something. Okay, that container should have lots of space in it. There we go, and there we go. That one should also have a... Oh, there's a large cargo container, so it should have lots and lots and lots of space. And we're getting the nice glitch where we cannot see what's actually being transferred. So we'll get away from there for a moment. And we're going to park our miner right here. There we go. Yeah, you start with the hand drill. Hated Games is on that one. Sorry, I just got to catch up on a few comments here if you bear with me for a moment. There is no mining ship on this server. We actually have our own custom. Well, not our own, but a custom spawn ship. If you need to borrow some stuff, we can work out a trade agreement, or you can play the pirate and try to steal it from us. But be warned, we will we will retaliate. Darmok likes his guns, so he's got his weapons, and then I am working on my torpedo boat here, so I will have my functional ship hopefully fairly soon. Okay, now what were we needing on this ship? Okay, so we need to grab our big, bulky piece of crap mining or welding rig here, and we need to go and get some... Oh, what was the resources we needed? Whoa, why is it... Okay, its inertial dampeners were off. That's why it's drifting around. What do we need to get here? We need to get ourselves some... steel grid. That's what we need. Metal grids.
Ship fuel low.
Ship fuel shouldn't be low. We've got like 30 uranium in this thing. Okay. So we'll back out some, and then we'll come down. Oh. Okay, and then I just crashed into the asteroid. So let's pitch up some then. Yep, rubbing my belly on the asteroid. Okay. That should make it clear. Should be clear, so we need to come up. Need to go forward. Oh, not that far forward. Come on, line up. And if I'm missing comments, I will get back to them as soon as I have this ship connected here. Come on, we gotta be getting close. Seriously? Oh, we gotta come back more. And then over. There we go. And connected. And cargo, there we go. And then what do we need? We want everything in that cargo container. Why will you not move over? Okay. Okay, we are having some sort of odd glitch here with the inventories. So I'm gonna go relog my game here and use the washroom. I'll be back in a moment as soon as I respond to whichever comments I have missed. Offload our tools. And that is currently connected. And how much damage did I do down here? Ooh, that's a fair chunk of damage. Yep, let's not do that again. Okay, so right now I'm connecting or I have just connected our captured pirate ship to what is our station right now, because I've had this station building components for us. So once you collect certain ores, so like for example, iron and nickel, I can then turn iron and nickel into metal grid or steel plates or iron and silicone I can turn into computers. And then from those parts, we can then build our blocks. So right now, for a couple of the parts on the hammerhead, which are not yet built, I need a few components that this workstation has been building for us. So I'm going to relog onto the game here so that I can actually move stuff between the base and the pirate ship. And then we'll be able to continue building the hammerhead. Right now, I do not have any small fighters yet. So what I am focusing on first is building the body of the hammerhead here. So the hammerhead is pretty much laid out. We just have to finish up some welding, and all her base systems are in there. And then once we have all that finished, I'm going to start laying out some cargo storage. Okay, so I'm going to start laying out some cargo storage on here, and then I will start laying out an interior, and then the cockpit will be set on top. Okay, and then once this ship is finished, we do have a fighter deck here, and I'll be making a couple small fighters to haul around with this vessel. And then the small ship piece here that will actually be the welder for our torpedoes. Yeah. Yeah, lots to do yet, lots to do. So, as soon as I can get those resources onto that pirate ship, we'll be using the welding rig on its belly to finish up as much of this as we can in a timely fashion, and then we can start moving on to the other parts. But as I said, we're having a bit of a glitch with the inventories right now, so I'll be back in, say, 10 minutes. Gives me time to go use the washroom, refill my water, and relog the game. While I'm away, instead of putting it on the Be Right Back screen, which shows one of our rovers that I made, I will be putting it on the pre-video stream, or the pre-video image, and the pre-video images shows the respawn vessel. So you all can take a look at what you would respawn on, or respawn with, if you join the server. Well, right now for Weapons Rainmaker, we've got Gatling guns and missile pods. And that's it. Sorry, no laser guns for you in this game. But yeah, if you, like, me and Darmok, we have a long-standing relationship for our faction. So I'd have to pass it by him. If we did accept you into the faction, then you can build your ship and host a ship or two of yours on our carriers. So if we went out to attack something, you would have a vessel to fly and launch from a carrier. And see, there we go. Hated gamers, that's what we need. If you would like to join us, right now it's me and Darmok. We're playing cooperatively. If we got a couple pirate players on here to keep us on our toes, like, come on, man. If you got space engineers and you want to play the pirate, come at us. We need something to keep everything fresh around here. Well, I'm going to take off for just a moment. So again, the image I put up will be our pre-stream image, just so that you all can get a look at the respawn ship that you start with on our server. Okay, so I will be back shortly, and thank you again for watching. I'll be right back. Yeah, Hated Gamers has a point there. Space Engineers is a very, very big open thing where you are to do what you wish to do. Don't let anybody else force anything upon you. If you want to play cooperative and start trading, come up to somebody and make an offer. But that does not mean that they're going to play nice in response. So just beware. It's basically Grand Theft Auto in space. Like play the good guy, play the bad guy, steal somebody's ship or build someone a ship, do whatever the hell you want. Okay. There we go. And that pirate ship's gotten awfully close. Excuse me. Okay, get our good tools back. And then filter just cargo stuff. Are we filling this one up? No, we aren't close to filling it yet. There we go. Now stuff is moving over from inventory. Get all those good steel plates and steel grids over. And construction components, those are important as well. Steel tubes, we may not have enough steel tubes, so we will tell them to start as well. So we're gonna stop that. That one's doing nothing. That one's doing stuff. We're gonna tell it to do another couple thousand large steel tubes. Okay. Let's get up to our flight seat and start welding up the hammerhead. We're gonna detach, move over, move up. There we go. And the hammerhead's directly behind us. So we're gonna and we're gonna level it with the hammerhead. There we go. Get right to the back where all the components are. And there we are. Something like that. And rotate there. And now we need to set up our welders again. So groups, welders, and to turn on and off. So we're going to turn those on and come on down. Oh, the restart pod was the one in the pre-video image that was up for a little bit as I ran away. If you need to see it again, I can put it... Actually, you know what? Let me put a link. One moment, I will find a link for that. So we'll just get over to our Space Engineers workshop. And there we are. And as that loads up, then we'll go to the files I'm subscribed to. And let's see, where is the hydrogen respawn pod? So there is the respawn pod we use on this server. And you can read the description that tells you what all is included in it for starting and what kind of power and thrusters it has. So all that information is right there. There we go. It's a little bit quicker way of welding this ship up. Come on, get down there. I'm sure that needs some welding. Or maybe not. Okay. Where do we need that welder next? Let's come up and get those cargo containers welded. So you know what? Now that we got damaged back there, we'll be able to get in a little closer than previously. Then we'll come over and we're going to pitch the nose down just that tad. And then we're going to come straight down. Then over a tad more. Come on, start welding at any time. And let's just, there we go. Just had to nose down that little bit more. Yep, you can choose, I believe, a red, blue, yellow, or green color for that restarter pod. Or the spawn pod, I should say. Oops. Don't want to bounce it that much. Come in a little bit, come in a little bit. There we go. Welding just a little bit at a time. Is it just me, or does this ship seem to still be moving away? Why are you moving? You have thrusters on you. You should not be moving anywhere. Stop it. There we go. Looks like it's slowing down. Okay. I'll come back and we'll get these thrusters and the jump drive finished up. And then we'll flip over to the bottom side. No, just the one type of respawn pod. It keeps everybody on an equal footing when you start, instead of letting you choose one of 6 different pods, which may give you an advantage over someone else. Okay, let's come over this way some, rotate like that, and then come down. There we go. Get as much welded up with this rig as we can. Okay. Now if we move up, then backwards some, and then we can finish up these engines back here. Believe we should have enough resources now. Oh, it's building something. Let's move over and do all of this at once. There we go. Now the problem with building this ship as I have is that there are some areas that just will not build with this welding rig. There is going to be a lot of hand welding as well. Our respawn pod was disassembled a long time ago. Some of the resources were used to make our first refineries to actually actually start building different materials. So we actually had to tear apart the ship to make a refinery. Me and Darmok both started on the brown planet there, and then Sir Darmok died on the planet and respawned in space with a new starter pod. I was able to launch. I was able. Let's rephrase this. I was able to get into space via a method of which machine I created on the moon. I wouldn't say I launched myself because the ship that was our launch vessel was destroyed in the process of launching, but hey, I did make it to space alive and without cheating, so I'm proud of that anyway. Well, you may have to do some trading then because your respawn pod gives you very little in the way of materials. So, yes, it's a nice little ship, and me and Darmok both really like it. But because it is a little sparse on some of the materials you need, you will have to disassemble at least portions of it to get a decent start, or don't bother disassembling it and trade people for the resources you need. Okay, we're gonna turn around this way. Now see, I really wish Space Engineers was in 3D so that we could have some depth perception, so when I'm turning away from an asteroid like that, it doesn't look like I'm turning my nose into it. Okay, so we're gonna come down here and down this way. Okay. This is most possibly the worst welding rig I've ever used. Oh, another thing, Rainmaker. If you are looking at purchasing Space Engineers, because of the scope of the game and what is all in it, you do need a very beefy computer to run it. So if you do not have a decent gaming computer, please do not purchase it. You'll be disappointed. Just fair warning there, buddy. The minimum system requirements listed on that page are old information and not quite correct for what the game really needs to run. Or at least run smoothly with planets. Yeah, you can land and take off from the moon as long as you have ice in that little pod, because it is run on hydrogen. And then if you're mining and say you said, hey, I need oxygen or I need platinum or I need whatever, but I'm willing to trade gold, uranium, magnesium. Like we can work out trades for different resources or different produced materials. There's no in-game currency. You have to make your own. You make your own ship. You make your own currencies. You make your own politics if we want to have different factions and groups and policing pirates, whatever. Stylish police cruiser and stealth fighter. Those might be interesting. Yeah, drop those in a post, and we'll definitely take a look at it, and then show Darmok what you sent us. And if he's game, then I'm game, and we'll go ahead and try to give it a build. There we go. We're welding engines. Perfect. Okay, I am out of some sort of resource, so let's go take a look at what I am lacking in. So this here, metal grid, metal grid, metal grids. We are all out of metal grids already. Those engines sure do take a lot of this stuff. And large steel tube. Are we really out of large steel tube, or did it just not get any? Large tube. There is no large steel tube. Okay. Well, now we know. Large steel tube and metal grid we still need to manufacture. But we are slowly coming together. Look at that. Oh, does this have everything it needs? Metal grid. Look at that. Okay. Metal grid, and then everything on those ones. Okay, so let's go tell our base to start producing stuff. No, the hydrogen pod is just storage, like for an air compressor. The oxygen generator, so this block right in front of me right now, this here is the oxygen generator. And what it does is it takes ice and it splits it into its two base gases, oxygen and hydrogen. And then from there you can fill those tanks with hydrogen for storage, and then you can fill I'm sure I've got some oxygen tanks on here. Yeah. And then these here smaller tanks are oxygen tanks. You can fill them up for storage of oxygen, and you can fill these up for storage of hydrogen. Okay, now it's coming down here to tell it to produce stuff, so let's do that. So production, so we've got 2,000 steel tubes in line there, and then we'll make another couple thousand. Oh, froze up for a moment. Is it going to come back, or is it going to die? Again, Space Engineers is still in its alpha stages, so every once in a while you get a little hang up like that. Well, usually through your mouth or your nose, Rainmaker. But, with the oxygen generators, let's see, where is... So, my headlights weren't on, that's why. So, if we come into here, and I believe out back, so there we go. So right here, we have an air vent. So, if I did not have big holes in the side of this ship, I could fill this area with air from the oxygen tanks and the oxygen generators. So there we've got some generators again. There we got some tanks, and we can pump air into the room. The other thing we can do is we can make small air tanks, and you can fill them up in here, and then you can put them in your suit. Or you can go to a cryopod or a medical bay, and then if we go to the medical bay and press T, you'll see on the left it starts refilling my oxygen and energy, and then if I've taken any damage, it'll also heal me there. Okay, so since we are waiting for stuff to be produced, what do we need here? Superconductors. We need another 400 superconductors. Okay. So since we are waiting for things to be produced, I think now would be a good time to build a welding ship that can get into some of those little cracks and crevices just a little bit better. So we're going to start building ourselves a small welding ship. We're going to start with a new small ship, and that's going to place our landing gear. Before we can place it, though, we need to grab some resources. We're going to grab a few interior plates. These make weak components like cargo pods and that. They can't take much damage. Then we're going to take some steel plate. We'll use more of that That makes armor blocks and things that can take a little bit more damage. And then construction component. That's like the glue that holds everything together. That's all your screws and bits and bobs. And then we're gonna put a few of those back because we want to grab small steel tube as well. And then we'll need large steel tube for thrusters. But we'll get to those later, and we know the base is building some for us right now. So, there we go. We have a landing gear. We are not going to use that landing gear as a landing gear, we're just going to build from it. So we're going to get a couple armor blocks up here, and then decide how are we going to make this thing work. Well, let's place our welder. So a welding ship needs welding arms, so we'll get some welder on here. Let's place it like that. Okay, so we've got a welder. Then we're gonna need some storage for the welder, so let's grab a medium storage container. And there we go. We've got a medium storage container. And then we're going to need a way to connect that into other stuff. So we're going to take a conveyor, which is a connector type block. And we're going to set up the conveyor, yeah, just like that. And then let's do another medium cargo container. There we go. Okay. Then we'll do another medium cargo container as our crosser. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do that connector again. And we're going to make like a pontoon boat here. So, medium cargo containers, medium cargo container, and a welding head again. There we go, we have like a pontoon boat. I'm gonna change how the center cargo container sits though. I just had a different thought, so we're gonna grind that right out. I place the other block in just to hold these together, because if I'm to cut something off, the other part now will just drift away. So always watch out for that when you're building. Every once in a while I get distracted while building, so if I miss your comment, please just bear with me. I will look over and I'm going to try to catch up now. Well, you start off with the cargo pod, and then if you're going to start on a planet or a moon, let's say, because it has less gravity, it'll be easier to get off of. If you start yourself on a moon, then by the time you make your way off that moon, and you have a little bit of stuff built up, at that point I'd have no problem teaming up with you. I will not team up with you right away. That's something I'll let you know right now, because it just makes the game a little bit too easy for you. Okay, we wanna have some challenge in games like these. Okay. Oops, I made a mistake, so let's put in something to hold it all together again. Go here, and we're gonna rotate it like that. So we've got large cargo, or large entry on the sides and on the top. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And then like that. Because now, is that how I want to do it? Doesn't quite have the look I wanted. Okay, what I will do is we'll get rid of one of these cargo pods, and we're going to make this thing asymmetrical. we're gonna get that filler block, and then we're gonna get a connector, because this is how we're gonna load the ship. So we'll put our filler block there, and then we'll have our connector there. Now those should be the same length. Yep, perfect. Okay. And then we'll get rid of all those spacer blocks, and we'll put in the medium cargo container, which is block 7. Okay, that's what I'm looking to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium cargo containers, and the welders for storage. That should be okay. Okay, thank you, hated gamers. I will take a look at those after I end the video here. We're already at 1:30, so you know what? 2 o'clock, I'll take off here. That's 3.5 hours for our morning stream, and this is trying to make up time that I missed last week. So I'm gonna go do the running around I need to get done, and then later this afternoon I will be streaming again. So yeah, if you're wanting to watch when I'm back here this afternoon, please do or give us a subscribe, and then as soon as I start streaming this afternoon, probably around the 4 o'clock-ish, somewhere in there, give myself 2 hours to do the running around. So then when I start streaming in the afternoon, you'll be notified as soon as the stream starts. If you can give us that subscription there, then you'll be notified. Okay, we'll get a battery here. Okay, battery. I'm gonna put inboard a little bit, right like that. And let's actually start building this thing up. Grab our welders and go. Okay. So it looks like I had all the steel plate I need. Let's grab interior plate now. And then we'll grab another bit of steel plate. Some small steel tubes. Let's grab those. There we go. Really? I've already run out of interior plate. So that just needs motors. Okay. So we'll grab interior plate now, and we'll just load right up on interior plate. There we go. That should be enough. Ah, 3:30 for you, eh? Yeah, we are in Pacific time here. In kind of sunny outside British Columbia. Okay, is that all the interior plate I need? That seems to be all the interior plate. Let's go for construction components next. Actually, we'll grab computers and construction components. There we go. Or motors and construction components. There we are. Ah, don't apologize there, Rainmaker. You can always go back a bit in the video, or the other thing is these videos are being archived as well. So if you want to catch up, we are now on day 13 of the survival series. So if you're ever wanting to catch up, feel free to just go through the older videos and you can see what happened and some of the interesting conversations we've had along the way. So computers and displays, large steel tube computer, computers. Okay. Oh, and then what does this need? Computers, okay. So we'll get ourselves some displays, and then we'll get a bunch of computers. Where are there's computers? And then large steel tube, we don't have any of right now. So we'll come back for that in a bit. So there we go, and then we can continue building on top of here. So yes, just the welders need that large steel tube to finish up. That can be added at any time. Oh, and we still need the power cells for that battery. Oh well, we'll add that later. Okay, so now we want to add... Huh. Let's see. What do we want to add? The day one stream... I had microphone issues. Like, this has been a very much experimental building stream. So, if you are going back and watching some of the earlier streams, which I do encourage you to do, of course, I want to get more views on the video. But, yeah, if you're watching them, please be aware this has been an experimental process. So, there are some audio anomalies. There are some issues with the too low a bandwidth or too high a bandwidth that I was uploading a video at, so we got stuttering. Okay. The Space Engineers streams and the numbered days are the actual series we're doing here. The 2 or 3 original videos, the oldest ones just titled Space Engineers Stream, those are when I started and I had a lot of growing pains in those videos. So if you're finding something, and again, Space Engineers, when we're just building or mining or that, can be fairly boring. So feel free to watch them, but just be warned. Some of them have a little bit less content, and we had fewer viewers. So there's a lot less back and forth conversations going on. Oxygen generator, that's what we'll put on this one. And then we want it... Actually, yeah, we'll put it like that. And then we'll get a couple small cargo containers. Small cargo. Okay, so we want that. And then we can do a few small cargo containers. And then in that space there... Let's do an antenna and a remote control. Remote control right there. Okay, so we got a remote control. Oh, and we need power. So small reactor. We'll have our inboard reactor there. And then on small ships, a good tip, a good piece of advice. Put outboard reactors. So somewhere, let's put it there. Have a reactor that you can access just in case you run out of fuel. You can quickly dump fuel back into it. And then we'll have our antenna I need small steel tubes to build into now. Chrome, you're running a Chromebook then? I'm not sure. I haven't actually had the pleasure yet to work with a Chromebook. The other chat application we use is Razer Comms. So either or works fine. Razer Comms or the TeamSpeak. Okay, we're gonna grab that cockpit because that one has the connectors on the back. Yep. And there we are. So there's our catamaran style ship slowly coming together. Okay, construction components and motors we'll need. And large steel tube again, of course. Oh, an interior plate. Okay. Well, welcome back. Okay, so we'll grab motors and construction components. Let's grab a bunch of construction components. It's like the most used thing in space engineers are these construction components. Okay. So that just needs bulletproof glass now. So, for you out there, Rainmaker, so see the cockpit here? There's the build line. It's like there's a list of materials it takes on the right there, and then there's that build line at 22%. There's a blue and a red line in there. Because it's above the red line, it will function, but it'll take very little damage at this point to destroy it. As I put the bulletproof glass in and I raise that build line to complete, it'll be stronger and stronger and harder to destroy. That being said, this light cockpit here doesn't take a lot of damage to actually shoot you out of the cockpit. Yes, we do need thrusters, and we still need gyroscopes yet as well, as we're on the topic of what's needed here. So yeah, we need to get some thrusters, and then we need to get some, or at least a gyroscope. And then we need to put a bit of a body on this, make it look pretty. We'll get some spotlights on this guy. Actually, let's work on that now. We'll get a couple spotlights on here. So we want them like working lights. So they'll be up above, right there, right near your working zone. Get some good spotlights on there. Okay, so large steel tube, metal grids, and reactor components. Same thing there. Okay. Now let's see, what do we place next? Oh, let's start building a body on her. So we'll get over to our armor plates setup. Now we're just gonna put a little bit of armor surrounding our lights here. Okay, and then we'll have that come back some. And then let's make that armor taper back and up. If I can do that. Some of the angles are limited in here. Well, I'll be able to put the reverse thruster here, and I want a large reverse thruster. So you got plenty of slowdown time. And because it's set back here, the flame from it will not burn what you're working on. And then I'll have small thrusters up here in the back, and then along the side somewhere. Yeah, so that we have some working reverse thrust. Okay, let's tie this into the cockpit like that. Oh, and we got another quick freeze up. There we go. And then let's actually use this block. To start our curve up on the back of the cockpit. And then we'll go here. There we go. And see, that makes a nice tapered curve up to or surrounding our cockpit. A little bit of armor on the edge of the cockpit, just in case we bounce into stuff. Like, this is a welder, it's going to be working in tight spots. You need that extra protection on it. Oh, and I need to go grab oxygen soon, don't I? There we go. Well, see, this here will make, since we can load it up with materials, and it can carry a lot more than our little guy's backpack can, this will make welding the inside of the ship a lot easier. And because we aren't using this large vessel to try to fit inside there, we have a lot less risk of damaging stuff also. So, there is our cockpit. Okay. Yeah, I think something like that. So this light armor doesn't take much to crumple it, but it does provide some protection. So what we're going to do is put a little rib on the side of the ship here as well. Just so when we're moving around in tight spots, when, not if, but when we impact with something, because it is pretty much inevitable, we won't be taking heavy damage right away. And there we go. We get side ribs just like that. I think that side rib right there may actually be a good place to put a reverse thruster as well. Nope, no, we'll leave it as it is. Okay. What we will do, though, is we will taper it in there. How does that look? Yeah, that looks okay. And we'll put our light right there. And then we've got side-to-side lights as well. Do we want it there sticking out, or do we want it inset? Sticking out or inset? I'm thinking inset, but let me know if you think differently. Well, I'm hoping the bottom and the top will be more aware of, but sometimes when you're flying side to side, you just can't quite see where that last foot or so is. That you need the side-to-side protection more than anything else, I find. But yeah, we can put a little bit of bottom protection on her as well, for sure. Oops. Is it just me, or does the music coming from Space Engineers right now sound an awful lot like something from Stargate? Okay. There we are. It's starting to come together anyway. Let's go see if those... Where is my asteroid? There it is. Let's see if those large steel tubes are done yet. Or at least if we've got a couple to play with. We only need a couple right now. Production is still working on solar panels. Okay, let's put the large steel tubes to the front. We'll get ourselves a few to work with. Well, not a game, but a TV show, Stargate. The last sounds that were on sounded an awful lot like some of the music from the TV show Stargate. Okay, let's go up with these resources. And we'll do a quick fly around so that hated gamers can take a look at all the weaks. This whole ship is a weak spot, okay? Like, if you hit any of those cargo containers or, like, that conveyor right there, then this back part of the ship falls off. Like, it's not a sturdy vessel. It's meant for quick work inside a contained environment. It's definitely not made for combat situations. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Rainmaker. Whoo, yeah, we could have just about had a dead astronaut on our hands here. There we go. Oxygen filled up, and energy's getting filled as well. Well, if you're into sci-fi, Stargate, it'd be a long series to watch now since they have 10 seasons of the original show and then the two spin-off series. But very good show, sci-fi meets mythology. So basically, a group of scientists found a portal that can take them to different planets. And the portals were left on Earth by a race who basically scavenged them from the creators of the portal. And then that race also stayed on Earth and for a while posed as gods. So you've got like Anubis and Apophis and Baal or Baal and a few other ancient mythological fellows and gods in that are actually an alien race that stayed on Earth posed as gods and enslaved mankind for thousands of years. And now they become the big enemy of the show as basically they feel, oh, we set your society on the track it's on right now, so we basically deserve to enslave you again now that you're able to reach through the stars. Very good TV series. My synopsis may not be doing it justice. Yes, Ra, the sun god, was the first one they encounter in the. Actually, that. If you haven't seen the TV series, at least watch the movie. So the movie came out a few years before the TV series ever did. So Stargate the movie, very easy to find on DVD, and quite a few places online. I'm sure it's even on Netflix now. And awesome, awesome movie. Kickstarted the series. And it deals with basically the first travel through the gate and the military view versus the scientific view of using the Stargate or the portal. And then they also encounter the sun god Ra. So, good series. At least check out the movie if nothing else. Okay, so there's our wraparound sides. Okay. And then we're gonna place a couple thrusters on here. Actually, that's big open space. What are we gonna put there? Let's do a couple gyroscopes first. So we can do a gyro there, and a gyroscope there. Apparently I need more steel plates. And motors. Yep, Egyptian. So Ra, Apophis, Anubis were all Egyptian. Seth is another one that comes up. Lots of ancient Egypt stuff. Now we're gonna put a ore detector on this thing just for good measure, because then you can use it for scouting. There we go. So radio components and detector components. There's radio components. We need like 4 of those though. So we'll get rid of 100 computers and we'll pick up. We still need a bit more space in our inventory. There we go. And then detector components. Sure, I've got some on the base, so we'll go grab those shortly. Alright, we can finish that off now. May even be able to finish these. Yep. And there we go. Okay. And then you know what? Instead of having the emergency reactor off the tail like we do right now, we're going to move this up into that protected area up front. Okay, metal grid and reactors components we still need. There we go. It's like an emergency fuel tank right there. Yeah, it's not a very strong unit, but it'll take the bumps it needs to take when welding a ship together. And it should never have to see battle, or at least I hope it never sees battle. Because yeah, it's not gonna survive any sort of firefight, that's for sure. Okay. Oops. Not sometimes, because you're working in a completely free environment, there is no true directional axis. Sometimes placing blocks and rotating them the right direction just isn't the most easy thing to do. Okay, so we'll get a couple thrusters in there. Perfect. Steel tube. Okay. So we need ore detector components. What else do we need to get in here? Oh, and steel plate and stuff. Okay. Or not steel plate, we need metal grid. Metal grid and large steel tubes, reactor components as well. Okay, let's grab some resources. So we'll grab some of those. Grab some of those, and then I'm sure we have to have reactor components somewhere. Oh, I forgot to grab detector components. So we don't need much for these reactors. Like a ship powered just off reactors. Oh, sorry, I need to look at your guys' posts here. I've missed a few things. Yes, one missile, armored. Gaming Empire Games, hello. If Trump makes Fallout 5, is probably the day I stop playing Fallout. Actually, I still have to beat Fallout 4. I'm a little bit behind yet on that. Been playing too much Space Engineers, and then I just finished a beautiful little point and click called Primordia. That's another game I highly, highly recommend. The antenna components I have. The antenna's complete. Right there. What I need is the ore component, or the ore detector. I think it's just called detector components. Those are the ones I need to get yet. Okay, what do we fill that space with? That's a lot of empty space. Or do we not worry about it? I say let's not worry about it, at least for now. What we can do, though, is we can get a couple timer blocks. Timer blocks are your friends. If you have spare space just around on your spaceship, throw in a couple timer blocks. You can use them to group other blocks together, or you can use them for running programs. So we'll have the timer blocks there, and then we'll actually put a programmable block back in there somewhere. Okay. Let's see, so we can do 1, 2. We'll just do 3 of those there. Then we'll do a timer, and let's put our programmable block right here. Yeah, that's where we'll put it. Trump sending us into a war. Actually, you know what? Out of all the U.S. presidents that we've had in the last little bit, and this is coming from a objective observer because I'm a Canadian guy. So from the U.S. presidents you guys have had to deal with, Trump may be actually the least likely to put you into war, since he knows the financial cost of it. And being a greedy businessman as he is, he may clean up a few things like that. Well, we already got 2 gyros on here. Any more gyros, and I think we may have issues. With a utility vehicle like this, I like them to move slowly. It gives you a little bit more control when they aren't just barreling off into space. So we'll just have a nice, slow leisure vessel here. And then as for reactors, we have the large battery off the back, which will be being charged by the reactors. So we don't need much for reactors, actually. And then we got our big reverse thruster, because slowing down is the important bit. So let's do that there. Perfect. And then grab some of these parts. Oh, it is 2 o'clock, guys, so I have to get leaving here, so we're just gonna finish up these couple panels and then be on our way. Well, it already has a remote control block in it, so it can be controlled as a drone as well. I do want to put a camera on it somewhere. We'll have to figure that out this afternoon. But there is our reverse thruster. Our rib sides. We've got work lights on it. And then I'll be back later this afternoon to finish up the power and stuff like that. So it's got upward facing thrusters. It needs a couple downward facing thrusters. So actually let's set those up right now. We can have downward facing thrusters right there. And then our side to side. There's a lot of open space in this thing. That's a little bit scary, that much open space just in there where crap can get, but oh well. Okay. There we go. We've got downward thrusters, upward thrusters, forward and backward thrusters. We just need to finish off the other side for thrusters. Get power to this thing, and yeah, we're almost finished a small welding vessel. Yeah, we're just about done here. Like, it's not the ideal ship, but hey, it'll do its job. Uh, you know what? I'll probably be back at, let's call it 4 o'clock. That gives me 2 hours to do my running around. So at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, yeah, Pacific Standard Time. So in just under 2 hours, I will be back here, and then Sir Darmok should be joining us and be on TeamSpeak as well. Okay? So I will see you all later. Again, oops, sorry, this hit the wrong button there. So yeah, I'll be back at about 4 o'clock here. So currently it's 2:03 for me. I'm gonna go do some running around. I'll be back at 4, making up again for lost time since I did not make my 2 promised videos last week, so we're making up for time now. So I'll be back 4 o'clock. Again, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this stream, please like the video or subscribe if you want notice when we're doing our next videos. And then the standard streaming for our Space Engineer Survival Night is on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Time and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. So again, thank you for watching. We will see you later this afternoon. And as always, I hope to see you in space. Goodbye for now.